Hello everybody, this is Mr. Deaded, and I will be starting a new series. This is called Slother I Hope and Dreams. Slother is going to be the name of our reservation when me and Jake, as you know, are older. And we're going to bring back extinct animals, hopefully. So, that's the background noises of a fan, and Jake. Jake is here. Him! Okay, but first animal, which is the inspiration for Slother, and why we are making it, is the Megatherium. Megatherium was a genus of elephant-sized ground sloths endemic to Central and South America that lived from the late Pliocene, I don't give a crap, from the end of the Pleistocene. Its size was exceeded by only a few other land mammals, including mammoths and Paraceritherium. Okay, now I will give you a description of Megatherium. Megatherium was one of the largest land mammals known, weighing up to 4 tons. That's British tons, not American tons. And up to 6 meters, or if you're stupid, 20 feet in length, from head to tail. It is the largest known ground sloth, as big as a modern elephant, and would only have been would have only been exceeded in its time by a few species of mammoths. Although it was primarily a quadruped, its footprints show that it was capable of assuming a bipedal stance. That's standing upright on 2 legs. This sloth was like a modern anteater, walked on the sides of its feet because its claws prevented it from putting them flat on the ground. Megatherium species were members of the abundant Pleistocene megafauna, large mammals that lived during the Pleistocene epoch. Megatherium had a robust skeleton with a large pelvic girdle and the broad muscular tail. Its large size enabled it to feed at heights unreachable by other contemporary herbivores. Let me think. Rising on its powerful hind legs and using its tail to form a tripod, Megatherium would support its giant body weight while using the curved claws on its long forelegs to pull down branches with the choicest leaves. Its jaw is believed to have housed a long tongue, which it would have used to pull leaves into its mouth, similar to a modern tree sloth. Okay, now here we go into the taxonomy and evolution. The subgenus and species Megatherium, or Pseudo-Megatherium targenese, appears to be a junior synonym of M. americanum, and merely a small individual. Yes, the ground sloth, as with all other xenotherians, evolved in isolation in South America, while it was an island continent during the Paleogene. During the Pliocene, the Central American Isthmus formed, causing the Great American Interchange and the massive extinction of all of the indigenous animals of the megafauna. Ground sloths were largely unaffected and continued to thrive in spite of competition from the northern immigrants. In fact, ground sloths were among the various South American groups to migrate northwards into North America, where they remained and flourished into the late Pleistocene. The rhinoceros-sized Megatherium of the Miocene is suggested to be an ancestor of the Megatherium. The oldest and smallest species of Megatherium is M. apalapicum, or Paleocene Bolivia. Of Paleocene Bolivia, sorry. It was similar to Megatherium and was also about the size of a rhino. Species of Megatherium became larger and larger. The largest species, M. americanum, of the late Pleistocene, reaching the size of an African elephant. The habitat consisted of woodland and grassland environments of the lightly wooded areas of South America, where it was an endemic species as recently as 10,000 years ago. An example of these most recent finds is at Cul de Melon of Pastagoni, Chile. The closely related genus Megatherium lived in the more tropical environments further north and in North America. Paleobiology. The giant ground sloth lived mostly in groups, but it may have lived singly in caves. While hunting herbivores, it has been suggested that it may have used its size and strength to take over the kills of saber-toothed tigers or saber-toothed cat, or the actual name is Smilodon, and to scavenge or hunt large armored diplodonts. I love those things. They're like huge armadillos. For millions of years, the sloth had no enemies to bother it, so it was probably a diurnal animal. Does that mean what I think it is? Go! The giant ground sloth was a herbivore, feeding on leaves such as yuccas, agaves, and grasses, which it held chiefly on twisted plants. It could also stand on its hind legs, using its back tail as a balancing tripod, and reach for upper growth vegetation. Okay, hello. It would pull itself to sit on its haunches, or to stand and tug at plants with its feet, digging them up with the 5 sharp claws on each foot. The sloth used its simple teeth to grind down food before swallowing it, and its highly developed cheek muscles helped it in the process. The sloth's stomach was able to digest coarse and fibrous food, and it's likely that it spent a lot of time resting to aid digestion. A recent morpho-functional analysis indicates that M. americanum was adapted for strong vertical biting. Its teeth are hypspodont and bifidont, and the sagittal teeth of each lof is triangular with a sharp edge. That suggests that the teeth were used for cutting rather than grinding, and that hard, fibrous food would not be primary dietary component. Almost done. Well, it has been suggested that the giant sloth may have been partly carnivorous. This is a controversial claim. Richard Farina and Ernesto Blanco of the Universidad de la Republic of Montevideo have analyzed a fossil skeleton of M. americanum and discovered that its old cranon, the part of its elbow in which the tricep muscles attaches, was very short. This adaptation is found in carnivores and optimizes speed rather than strength. The researchers say this would have enabled M. americanum to use its claws like daggers. And Jake just got off FaceTime. They suggest that to add nutrients to its diet, Megatherium may have taken over kills of Smilodon. Based on the estimated strength and mechanical advantage of its biceps, it has been proposed that Megatherium could have overturned giant gifalodonts, large armored zirthaniums related to armadillos, as the mean of scavenging or hunting for these animals. What am I saying? As a means of scavenging and hunting these animals. However, other zoologists have described this proposal as fanciful. Extinction. This is the worst part. In the south, the giant ground sloth flourished until about 1,500 radiocarbon years BP. Most cite the appearance of an expanding population of human hunters as the cause of its extinction. There are few late dates of around 8,000 radiocarbon years BP for Megatherium remains, but these are currently not universally viewed as credible. And as always, goodbye everyone, and